What's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and we have some breaking news for the upcoming action MMORPG New World, in which this post today over on the blog, and the link will be in the description below for you if you want to go read along for yourself or you want to read this on your own time. This one gets into items, this one gets into rarity, this one gets into stats and perks. And honestly, this is probably one of the most exciting posts that I've seen, because how does gear work? How do the weapons work? How does the armor work? What does food do? This, I think, gives us so much more insight into this upcoming game. And with all of this and what we're about to share, as always, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. What are you thinking? What are you feeling about this upcoming game? Obviously, we're still a little while away. They're still doing alpha testing. Beta kicks off in July. But let's not delay this any further. Let's dive into the information and let's just do it. So throughout your adventure in Eternum, you're going to get your hands on a wide variety of items. You will collect consumables such as food, drink, potions, weapons, coatings, and tinctures, as well as armor and weapons, and you can find special crafting resources while slaying creatures or searching through abandoned settlements, temples, and corrupted camps. Let's have a look at some of those items. So starting out with consumables, we've got food and drink items play an important role in your ability to take on the dangers of Eternum. Eating and drinking provides slow health regeneration over an extended period of time, and if you want to make the most of your short burst of health recovery, we advise that you wait until you're in a safe place before consuming food and drink. Furthermore, while raw foods and fresh water can be used in a pinch, the way to ensure that you're getting the most out of your food in your possession is to cook it at a camp or a kitchen in a settlement. There is a wide variety of cooked food and brewed drinks. Now, when consumed, prepared food and drinks will not only initially heal you, but they'll also provide a longer state of slower health recovery. This recovery is constant, whether you're in or out of combat. Prepared foods provide additional points of constitution, which is the base attribute that governs your health. Additionally, many prepared food and drink items also offer buffs that can increase your defense against certain enemies, enhance your stamina recovery, or even temporarily hone a crafting skill. No matter what you're doing, it's important that you have the right food for the task at hand, and they give us some examples here of the food. And you can also see down here at the bottom, we've got some level ratings of these foods. We'll see this also on the armor and more, so I'm wondering if it's a required level to be able to use this food. So herb roasted squash, recover health for a short time, recovery stops if damage is received, provides a small increase to your base gear score of all items crafted by engineers. All cooked food gains or grants an invigorated effect, which provides slow health recovery and additional constitution for 20 minutes. Looks like all of these are set at 20 minutes. Like if you look at tier 5, tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, the tier 5 salt crusted fish with glazed potatoes. That sounds steak and eggs. How is that like lower than the fit? Anyway, but you guys can check this out again on the website if you want to go deeply into those additional dishes that they have prepared. Now, potions and tinctures are both small vials of a drinkable substance that grant specific bonuses. For instance, potions provide a general magical effect that lasts for several minutes, and you might drink a potion to increase your carry weight for your inventory or enhance your defense against a particular elemental damage type, such as lightning. Conversely, tinctures take effect instantly and have the majority of the cases they do not linger in their effect. Health and mana tinctures are more common examples of this, and you'll want to quickly recover health or mana while in combat. They are the way to go. Tinctures are also used to get rid of dangerous poisons and stop yourself from bleeding. And you see some gear scores here, also different levels as well. Healing Drop restores a small portion of your health. Bomb Burn removes a burning effect. Strong Void Defense Booster. Use increases Void Absorption by 15% for 3 minutes. Only one booster can be active at a time. Powerful Fire Defense Booster increases fire absorption by 25% for 3 minutes, can only have one active boost at a time. And you can kind of also see different weight categories here. It's interesting. This looking obviously very small or smaller than this is weighted heavier. Oh, I love it. Weapon coatings are a key to gaining an advantage in combat against a variety of creatures of Eternum, and they can be crafted at any camp once you reach the required level. You may also find them as loot on your adventures. Weapon coatings apply to the weapon that grant it a categorical damage bonus against a particular family of creatures. For instance, applying a corrupted coating in your weapon will enhance its damage against corrupted enemies. So you can see Wrath coating, different types of coating, Strong Beast coating, and more. Again, similar thing, weight category and level ratings and a gear score that is associated with the coating itself. All right, so let's dive into weapons and armor. Now, while exploring and fighting creatures, you can find and acquire equipment items that can be immediately used, provided that you are at a certain level to be able to equip them. Each equipment item has a few features in common that determine how powerful the item is. And the first feature is the item's gear score, which is what we've seen going into this so far. Items with higher gear scores are more powerful, and the higher the gear score is, the more damage the weapon will deal and the more protective the armor will be. The second is item perks. The item can drop with up to 3 perks on it. The perks an item can drop with are pulled from a pool of potential perks, and the same kind of item can function differently depending on which perks it drops with. Generally, the items with higher gear scores have a potential to drop more perks and have more powerful versions of those perks. Items with more perks are rarer than items without, and our variety of definition is based on the number of perks an item has. And you can see here, no perks is common, 1 perk is uncommon, 2 perks is rare, and 3 perks is epic. So if we take a look at just these weapons here, obviously you have these swords. You have these iron straight, the steel straight, the star metal straight, and the orcolium straight sword. And you can see the different ratings here, common, uncommon, rare, and epic. A couple other things we can kind of get from this. It gives you a little bit of detail on it. Gear score and damage. You can see here rated. You also see, again, you have your slash and your thrust based off of your 2 different, I guess, inputs, left click and then right click hold. Bonuses in this case, as it starts to get more, you can see here Bestial Bane 2, which is 10% damage to beasts. You can see here more things. So besides, it looks like durability 3, 50% durability, ignited 1, 10% fire damage, flawed aquamarine gem plus 2 dexterity to your stats. And you can see here fire 15 and fire 19 that's been added because of this ignited. Then you got bonuses pristine jasper gem plus 3 strength and 2 constitution, cruel 3, 20% damage against targets with an active debuff, angry earth bane, 15% damage to angry earth, and then durable 3, 50% durability here as well. So that's really interesting to see and kind of play around with. Now let's dive in more. The third feature to look for is the item's gem slot. Occasionally items will drop with an empty gem slot, and anyone can socket a gem into an item. But with the gemstone, it must first be cut by a skilled jewel crafter. Socketed gemstones cannot be removed, but the majority of cases they can actually be replaced. Gemstones enhance one or more of the character's core attributes. Weapons, armors, and other equipments can have different perks. Weapon perks can improve the weapon's stats and can even add an additional elemental damage to them. Now, while armor perks can increase defense against different kinds of damage or add extra pockets to allow you to carry more weight in your inventory. Armor and weight and equipment load. Each piece of armor that you wear contributes to your overall equipment load, which in turn affects your mobility when evading. There are 3 stages of equipment load: light, normal, and heavy. In parallel, these 3 weight categories of armor, light, medium, and heavy, wearing all light armor will keep you in the fast movement state. Wearing all medium armor will place you squarely in the normal movement state, and wearing all heavy armor moves you into the heavy movement state. Lighter armor tends to be more evasive play styles and protection against elemental damage types, where heavier armors tend to, focus more stalwart play styles and protection against physical damage types. There's a wide variety of weight variants with particular weight category. You can mix and match different armors to get the most effective protection for your movement state if you want to stay in, and the total weight of the armor is what matters, not the individual pieces. There are even item perks that affect an armor's weight. So now there's named and legendary items. So during your adventure in a tournament, you will find a variety of named and legendary items. Unlike regular items, named and legendary items have curated perks and fixed gear scores. Some of them even come with pre-socketed gems. While the most reliable way to acquire a named or legendary item is by engaging with the most dangerous and challenging of foes a tournament has to offer, there are legendary items to be found for players of any level. And so here's another example of one of these. So it looks like actually it's easier to read this way. So you have Soulforge Blight, and in this case, gear score right now just at 625. I wouldn't take any of these numbers to be facts for now, but you have an empty gem slot in this case. Then you also have the 3 perks: Abysmal Ward 3 plus 5 void damage absorption, Abysmal 3, 40% void damage, Keen 3, 25% base damage, and you can see here it's rocking some void damage as a part of that as well. Blocking absorption is at 100%. Now it says required to use 50, and then it has bind on pickup for the legendary named. When if we jump back up here, you don't see any of those bind on pickups, so those obviously or hopefully are going to be tradable on the market themselves. Trinkets and Bags. Trinkets provide passive bonuses to the character's core attributes. Trinkets can grant additional attribute points to one or more attribute. All trinkets come with a pre-socketed gem, and that cannot be replaced. Like weapons and armor, trinkets have their own subset of perks, and they offer a benefit unique to trinkets. Bags will increase the amount of weight you can carry in your inventory, and you have their own set of perks as well. So we can kind of see some different options here: a bag, a ring, and some more trinkets of different varieties and perks. So let's take a look at these perks. So you have Smelter Mastery, 5+5 to smelting roll bonus, Fire Ward 3, 5 damage absorption. Then you have Stalwart 3, +4 Constitution. We've seen Durable before. Jewelcraft Mastery 3, +4 minimum Jewelcraft crafted item quality. And then you have Fire Ward 3, we've seen that. Life Leech 3, +75 life on hit. Hello. Critical 3, 50% chance of critical strike damage, and then Strike Ward 3, +5% strike damage absorption. Those are some interesting perks to see. We'll have to kind of play around with our builds with this game. I'm very excited about that. In a tournament, you will offer or often find a mixture of raw and refined resources while exploring, and the bulk of these resources can be found naturally occurring in the world, such as wood from trees or ore from veins. Some of them can even be obtained with a variety of supply caches and coffers found throughout the dilapidated settlements and crumbling ruins that the life of the danger is around you in every turn. This, or the containers you search through, may also yield rare and crafting resources, which we'll go over in an upcoming article dedicated to crafting. To be a successful adventurer, you need to make wise choices and master all resources available throughout a tournament. Be sure to familiarize yourself with items that come into your possession during your exploration, and be prepared to modify your inventory based on the way you want to play New World. So guys, that's pretty much the article with all the information. We've covered the other articles, so if you're interested in more New World content, check our playlist. Should be one of the top links in the description for you to go check that out. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have and you're new here, I hope you feel like, well, honestly, if you feel like we've earned your sub, I hope you hit the subscription. Otherwise, no worries. Wish you best of luck. Hopefully we'll see you around again. And until then, that's pretty much it. For returning subscribers, you know you know it. You sexy beasts. That's right. That's what you get for being a subscriber. Compliments with videos. So anyway, thank you so much for that. Lastly with that, special thanks to Ethan for his support of this channel by hitting that join button and supporting the channel. So Ethan, thank you so much for your support. Couldn't do this without you. And yeah, if you guys want to be like Ethan, consider hitting that join button, checking out the different membership roles. Really helps us continue to create this independent content, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Anyway, without further ado, my name is Brian. This is Ginger Prime. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. This video is sponsored by me. If you guys like podcast and long form content, I hope you check out Ginger Gaming Radio. Link will be in the description of this video below. So if you're still watching this video, thank you, and check out the new channel for more content, and hopefully you enjoy. Thank you.